So now we will derive the third equation. We will prove the third equation by dimensional analysis. As I earlier told you that dimensional validity of an equation is extremely important. Okay, you can't say that an equation is valid if it is not dimensionally valid. Okay, so dimensional validity is extremely important. Okay, and how to check the dimensional validity of any expression? So that is very simple. Whatever the expression is there, what you have to do is you have to actually take that expression, and then you have to find LHS and RHS of that equation. Okay, dimensions of LHS and RHS. If dimensions are equal, then you can say that that particular equation is dimensionally valid. Okay, so I am taking third equation of motion, v square equals to u square plus twice as. Okay, you know this, that v is final velocity, u is initial velocity. Okay, 2 is a constant, a is acceleration, s is displacement. Okay, do remember s is displacement. Now here you see, if we write the dimensional formula, you know that dimensional formulas are written like this in square brackets. So if you write the dimensional formulas of this, you will get dimensional formula of s, that is equals to m0 L1 t to the power 0, because s is displacement. Okay, s is displacement, right? Now after this you see u is initial velocity. Okay, it doesn't matter whether it is initial or final velocity, velocity will remain velocity only. Okay, and its dimension, okay, that will be m0 L1 t to the power minus 1. Now acceleration, its dimension, acceleration is rate of change of velocity, and its dimension is m0 L1 t to the power minus 2. Okay, now you see, if we substitute all these values, all these dimensional formulas in the given expression and try to solve it, let us see what happens. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to check the dimensional validity of this expression, and for that you will be finding the dimensional formula for LHS as well as RHS. So you see LHS, when we say left hand side there is v square, so v square like this we can write. Now v is velocity, and as far as its dimensional formula is concerned, it is m0 L1 t to the power minus 1, and its power 2 is there, so we can write its power 2. Okay, now when we further solve it, we will be getting m0 L2 t to the power minus 2. Okay, so this is the dimensional formula of LHS. Now when we talk about the RHS, try to understand this, that when we are talking about the RHS of this expression, now in RHS we have u square and twice as. So you will be writing dimensional formula of u square plus dimensional formula of 2. You know that 2 is a constant, it has no dimensions. Okay, then acceleration has the dimension of L1 t to the power minus 2. Okay, and finally we have s, which is displacement, and its dimension is L1. Okay, now I am not writing m0 t0 because you know that ultimately it won't contribute in the dimensional formula. Okay, so let us solve this. If you solve this, you will be getting, okay, I have not substituted dimensional formula of this, so let us do that. Dimension of u is m0 L1. Okay, m0 L1 and t to the power minus 1, t to the power minus 1. Let us talk about this a little bit. You see its square is there, so what you will do, m0 and its square, so it makes it 0. L1 and its square makes it L2. T minus 1 its square makes it t to the power minus 2. Okay, plus, now here as I told you that m was not there, it means m0. Now L1 and L1 makes it L2, and then it is t to the power minus 2. You know that these two will be added. Now these two have the same dimensions. If these two have the same dimensions, you can add them, and if you can add them, what you will be getting is again the same dimension, because like quantities can only be added. So it is m0 L2 t to the power minus 2. As you can see that LHS and RHS both have the same dimensions, you can say that this equation is actually dimensionally valid equation. Okay, so this is how you can check the dimensional validity of an expression. Once again, I am reminding you what you have to do. Write the dimensional formulas of all these quantities which are there in any expression. Once again, I am reminding you, dimensional validity is extremely important in order to check the validity of an expression. An expression should be numerically as well as dimensionally valid. Then only we can say that it is a physical expression which can be applied in the physical cases. If an expression is numerically valid but dimensionally not, it is not a proper expression. So this is something which is extremely important thing which we need to understand. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. One more example we will see, but before that you take a screenshot of this. Now you see, first equation of motion is v is equal to u plus at. This is first equation of uniformly accelerated motion, and you know that these equations of motion were given by Galileo Galilei. Okay, now you see, if we write the dimensions, we have already mentioned the dimensions of these quantities, so we don't need to worry about that. Now dimensional validity, to check the dimensional validity, first you will take LHS. Now in LHS, dimension of v, as far as dimension of v is concerned, that is m0 L1 t to the power minus 1. Then comes here dimension of u, this is RHS, dimension of u plus dimension of a into dimension of t. Okay, so dimension of u, you can write m0 L1 t to the power minus 1 plus acceleration is L1 t to the power minus 2, and time, its dimension is t to the power 1. These dimensions are extremely important. You need to remember these formulas. Okay, now you can write m0 L1 t to the power minus 1 plus, you see here m0 is not there, but if m term is not there, it means m has to be 0, default setting. Okay, and then finally it is L1 and t minus 2 and t1 will make it t minus 1, because you know that minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1. So this way you can see that these two quantities have the same dimensions. If these two terms have the same dimension, the resultant would also have the same dimension, m0 L1 t to the power minus 1, and as you can see that LHS and RHS both have the same dimensions, you can say that this expression is dimensionally valid expression. Okay, this expression is dimensionally valid expression. Next, we are going to check the dimensional validity of an expression which I am mentioning here. Okay, you see, time period of a simple pendulum is given by t equals to 2 pi root L by G. Okay, this is the expression for time period of a simple pendulum. Now here dimension of time period is dimension of time, that is m0 L0 t to the power 1. Then 2 pi is a constant, it has uska dimension, तो क्या होगा, dimension less quantity. Then L is length, this is effective length, and length has the dimension m0 L1 t0. Okay, it has the dimension m0 L1 t0. Finally you have G G is called acceleration due to gravity. What do we call it? Acceleration due to gravity. Do remember, doesn't matter whether it is acceleration due to gravity or anything else. Acceleration due to gravity बोलो या कुछ भी हो, acceleration का डायमेंशन वही होगा जो acceleration का होता है, और हमने प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में वो देखा है. तो acceleration का डायमेंशन क्या है? वह है m0 l1 t to the power -2. ठीक है, m0 l1 t to the power -2. चलिए अब इन वैल्यूज को हम इसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट करके सॉल्व करते हैं. तो देखिए जरा, डायमेंशन LHS लेते हैं पहले. तो LHS है ना, डायमेंशन ऑफ t, और डायमेंशन ऑफ t मतलब डायमेंशन ऑफ टाइम पीरियड, और वो हो जाएगा m0 l0 t to the power 1. ठीक है, अब बात करते हैं इसकी. तो ये देखिए RHS की अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं, 2π तो भाई कांस्टेंट है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, उसका डायमेंशन नहीं होगा, डायमेंशन लेस है. L/G और उसका स्क्वायर रूट करना है. तो देखिए L/G का स्क्वायर रूट का मतलब होगा L to the power 1/2 और होगा G to the power 1/2. ऐसे ही होगा, L to the power 1/2 एंड G to the power 1/2. अब L क्या है, डायमेंशनल फॉर्मूला क्या है इसका? तो डायमेंशन ऑफ L भी कर देते हैं और डायमेंशन ऑफ G भी कर देते हैं. अब देखो डायमेंशन ऑफ L क्या है, वो है m0 l1 t to the power 0 और उसकी पावर है 1/2. क्या है उसकी पावर? 1/2 डिवाइडेड बाय g यानी एक्सेलरेशन, और एक्सेलरेशन की का डायमेंशन क्या है? m0 l1 t to the power -2 और उसकी पावर है 1/2. ठीक है, उसकी पावर है 1/2. अब सॉल्व करें इसको, ध्यान से देखिएगा. ऊपर वाला टर्म है m0, 0 तो 0 ही रहेगा. l1 की पावर 1/2 तो ये हो जाएगा l to the power 1/2. फिर t to the power 0 की पावर 1/2 तो t to the power 0 हो जाएगा. इसको सॉल्व करिए, इस वाले को करिए. m0 to the power 1/2 तो m0 ही आएगा, m0. l1 to the power 1/2 तो ये l1/2 हो जाएगा, और t -2 to the power 1/2 तो -1 हो जाएगा. ठीक है कि नहीं, क्योंकि मल्टीप्लाई होगा तो 2 से 2 कैंसिल हो जाएगा तो -1 आ जाएगा. अब ये जो दोनों टर्म्स हैं इनको आपको क्या करना है, सॉल्व करना है. आप देखिए m0 न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर दोनों में है, तो सीधी सी बात है भाई, RHS की अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ तो m तो 0 ही रहना है. फिर बात आई L 1/2 और 1/2, 1/2 - 1/2 0 हो जाएगा, L0. ठीक है कि नहीं. t -1 ऊपर आएगा तो t +1 हो जाएगा, m0 l0 t1. अब जरा देखिए LHS को, m0 l0 t1. RHS को देखिए, इसका भी डायमेंशन m0 l0 t1. अर्थात दोनों के डायमेंशंस इक्वल है, और अगर दोनों के डायमेंशंस इक्वल हैं सो दिस एक्सप्रेशन इज डायमेंशनली वैलिड एक्सप्रेशन. तो ये जो सारे हमने क्वेश्चंस देखे ये सब डायमेंशनल वैलिडिटी से रिलेटेड थे. याद रखिए, डायमेंशनल वैलिडिटी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है किसी भी एक्सप्रेशन की फिजिकल वैलिडिटी के लिए. ठीक है, आई होप कि आपको ये डिस्कशन समझ में आया होगा, आपने अंडरस्टैंड किया होगा. अच्छा, एक और लास्ट बचा है, इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन है, वो भी कर ही लेते हैं. सेकंड इक्वेशन नहीं करी थी हमने, वो भी कर ही लेते हैं जल्दी से. तो देखिए सेकंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं तो ध्यान से देखिएगा. सेकंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन क्या थी? s = ut + हाफ at². s डिस्प्लेसमेंट, u इनिशियल वेलोसिटी, t टाइम, a एक्सेलरेशन, है ना. अब इन सब के डायमेंशंस आप एक एक करके लिखते चलिए, एक एक करके इनके डायमेंशंस लिखिए और इनको सॉल्व करिए. तो देखिए, आप देखिए डायमेंशन ऑफ u इनिशियल वेलोसिटी, वेलोसिटी कोई भी हो डायमेंशन वही होगा, m0 l1 t to the power -1, है ना. हम पहले ही बोल चुके हैं ये बात. ठीक है, आगे बात करेंगे किसकी? टाइम की. तो टाइम की तो बात करना ही पड़ेगी. टाइम तो भैया क्या है? m0 l0 t to the power 1. आगे है डिस्प्लेसमेंट s. डिस्प्लेसमेंट जो है बच्चों m0 l1 t0. ठीक है, आगे इसके बाद में बचा क्या? एक्सेलरेशन. एक्सेलरेशन का डायमेंशन फॉर्मूला होता है m0 l1 t to the power -2. बताइए, अब वैल्यूज रख देते हैं. LHS का डायमेंशन अगर लिखने जाएंगे तो डायमेंशन ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट ये हो जाएगा m0 l1 t0। ठीक है, आगे बढ़िए। RHS का डायमेंशन लिखिए। RHS का डायमेंशन अगर आप लिखने जाएंगे, सो यू विल बी गेटिंग u is dimension of u, that is m0 l1 t minus 1, there you can see, multiplied by t यानी t to the power 1 डायमेंशन, प्लस हाफ तो क्या है, डायमेंशन लेस है, a इज एक्सेलरेशन, ये हो जाएगा l1 t to the power minus 2, और अंत में है t का स्क्वायर, दैट इज t to the power 2, है ना, टाइम टू द पावर 1 और उसकी पावर क्या हो जाएगी, स्क्वायर है तो 2 हो जाएगी। सॉल्व कर दीजिए, m0 l1 t माइनस 1 और t1 कितना हो जाएगा, t0, क्योंकि मल्टीप्लाई में पावर z होंगी, 1 माइनस 1 0। आगे बढ़ो, मास यहाँ पर नहीं है मतलब m0 है, l1 है, t टू द पावर माइनस 2 और प्लस 2, ये भी 0 हो जाएगा। आप देखिए m0 l1 t0 m0 l1 t0 दोनों जो है सेम डायमेंशंस के हैं, तो हमें वही डायमेंशन मिल जाएगा m0 l1 t0। इस तरह से आप देख सकते हैं कि ये दोनों इक्वेशंस जो हैं, ये दोनों साइड्स जो हैं, इनके डायमेंशन सेम हैं, और अगर डायमेंशन सेम है तो याद रखिए इक्वेशन डायमेंशनली क्या होगी, वैलिड होगी। इक्वेशन इज डायमेंशनली वैलिड। सो I think this is what we had to discuss in this particular application of dimensional analysis. Please like, subscribe and share the channel. Thank you very much. Happy learning.